You have no idea how much you're carrying right now. You don't even see the weight you lift each day simply by rising. Every morning you get up and face the world again, even when yesterday drained you completely. That is strength. You think you're weak because you feel tired. You think you're failing because your steps are small. But I tell you, it takes more strength to walk slowly in faith than to run in fear. It takes more strength to show up broken than to give up entirely. And you keep showing up. Listen to me. I see what you endure in silence. I see the tears you never let fall, the nights you lay awake questioning your worth, the moments when hope feels far and heavy. I see the way you show up even when your heart is breaking. I see the quiet sacrifices you make, the love you give when none is returned, the patience you practice when all you want is relief. And I want you to know, you are stronger than you know. You see your limits. I see your fight. You focus on your scars. I see your courage. You measure your progress by what others post. I measure it by how many times you've stood back up. You compare your journey to others. I see the cross you carry and how faithfully you walk with it. Don't confuse weariness with weakness. Even my son Jesus wept. Even he felt the weight of the mission, but he never stopped walking, and neither have you. That strength, it's not always loud. It's not always visible. Sometimes strength is simply staying when you want to run, believing when it hurts, choosing love when it's easier to shut down, trusting me in the middle of your mess. You are not failing. You are persevering. And perseverance is power. This is not just encouragement. This is truth. You are stronger than you know, not because you've never fallen, but because you rise again and again. Not because you feel no pain, but because you continue despite the pain. Not because everything is clear, but because you keep walking even in the dark. Let me show you what I see in you. Let me remind you what I have already placed within you. I placed in you a spirit not of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And I'm not done building you yet. Chapter 1. I formed you with strength. Before the world saw you, I knew you. Before your name was spoken aloud, I had already whispered your purpose into existence. Before you took your first breath, I had written strength into your very being. You are not an accident, and your endurance is not random. I crafted you with divine intention. I didn't simply make you to survive, I designed you to overcome. You may not remember it, but your spirit remembers what I spoke over you when I formed you in the secret place. I declared resilience over your bones. I planted courage in your chest. I gave you a heart that could break and still beat with love. You are not fragile. You are fortified. I didn't make you with a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. I designed you with a spirit capable of surviving storms, walking through fire, and climbing mountains that others believed impossible. You were never meant to live a life void of challenge. I didn't create you for ease. I created you for endurance. You were born into a battlefield, but I didn't leave you weaponless. I filled you with grace, clothed you in purpose, and armored you with my promises. When I created you, I did not give you a life without trouble. I gave you a soul that could rise in the face of it. From the beginning, I placed strength not just in your muscles, but in your mind, your will, your heart. The kind of strength that doesn't fade with age or appearance. The kind of strength that outlasts disappointment, rejection, and failure. I gave you the kind of strength that doesn't need applause to exist. The strength that survives in silence. The strength that shows up quietly and endures loudly. You think strength is found only in success? Real strength is forged in struggle. It's proven in pain. It's refined in the fire of adversity. That's why I allowed the trials, not to break you, but to awaken the strength I already placed within you. You didn't become strong because life was easy. You became strong because you chose faith when fear was louder. You didn't become wise by always winning. You became wise by learning from what tried to destroy you and still praising me in the process. My servant Job lost everything, his health, his wealth, his children. And still he said, "Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him." That is strength. Not denial of suffering, but defiance in the face of it. The kind of strength that says, even here, even now, I will not let go of God. Job didn't understand all that I was doing, but he held on. And that's what I ask of you. Not that you understand it all, not that you feel strong every day, but that you trust me through the fog. You are not weak because you cry. You are not fragile because you feel. Tears are not a sign of failure. They are proof you still care. You've not failed just because your faith wavered. You've shown strength by choosing to return to me again and again. Your strength is not in hiding your heart. It's in letting me strengthen it. It's in the way you turn your brokenness into prayer. It's in the way you offer kindness when all you've known is rejection. It's in the way you keep walking even when you don't see the finish line. What the world sees as fragile, I see as holy. What others call weakness, I call worship. When you choose me in the middle of your weariness, I see the divine tenacity in you. The same breath that raised Jesus from the grave lives in you. That breath gives you power. That power is my spirit, and my spirit does not quit. Start looking at your past differently, not with shame, but with revelation. Look not at what you lost, but how you kept going. Look not at how hard it was, but how you're still here. That's not weakness. That's proof of my strength in you. Go back to every moment you thought would break you and realize you're still standing. Let that become your evidence. Let that become your testimony. Let it fuel your faith for today. Say to yourself often, if God brought me through that, He will not fail me now. I was with you then. I am with you now. And I will be with you always. Chapter 2. My power works in your weakness. I know how tired you are. I know how often you feel like you're falling short, like you're not doing enough, like you should be stronger by now. I see the moments when you question whether you can keep going. I hear the thoughts that whisper, "You're not enough." But I need you to understand, my grace is not reserved for those who have it all together. My grace is not for the flawless. It's for the weary. It's for the ones holding on with trembling hands. It's for you. My power is not given to the perfect. Perfection has never been the requirement. Presence is. And I am present with you in the very places you feel most ashamed of. My strength is made perfect in weakness, not in your pride, not in your image, but in your honesty. I don't wait for you to be unbreakable before I love you. I come close in the cracks. That's where my light gets in. Do you remember Paul? He begged me 3 times to remove the thorn from his flesh, the weakness he could not shake, the struggle that humbled him, the pain that made him feel small. And I didn't take it away. Not because I didn't care, but because I was teaching him something deeper, that my grace is enough. That when he reached the end of himself, my power would begin. That what the world calls weakness, I call opportunity, for me to reveal my strength in him. You keep thinking you must become stronger before I can use you, but I already am using you. Not in spite of your weakness, but through it. I'm working in your tears. I'm shaping you in the silence. I'm speaking through your story, even the parts you wish never happened. You think the battle disqualifies you, but the battle is where I prove my presence. Every time you've collapsed into prayer, unsure what to say, I was there. Every time you chose to keep walking even when your faith felt hollow, I saw that. And I smiled. Not because you were perfect, but because you were honest. Because you were faithful. I am not asking you to be fearless. Fear will come. Doubt will come. Emptiness will come. I am asking you to be faithful, to keep showing up, to keep trusting even when trust feels unnatural, to speak my name even when your voice shakes, to lean into me when everything else feels unreliable, even when you feel nothing, even when you doubt everything, even when all you can do is whisper my name through tears. Know that I hear you. I treasure your whispered prayers more than shouted praise. I hold every tear. I measure every breath. I stand beside you, not when you feel worthy, but precisely when you feel weakest. That is when my strength wraps around you like a shield. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are not failing. You are being formed. And in your frailty, I am doing something eternal. You want me to take the weakness away, but I want to teach you how to walk in power despite it. That is how miracles happen. Stop trying to impress me. You already have my love. Stop trying to qualify yourself. I chose you before you ever proved anything. Let your weakness become a window for my power to shine through. Let your vulnerability become the vessel for my glory. When you feel least able, that is when I am closest. When you can't walk, I carry you. When you can't speak, I interpret your groans. Trust me, not just with your strength, but with your struggles. I am the God who turns ashes into beauty. Let me begin with your brokenness. Chapter 3. You carry the spirit of my Son. Do you know what lives in you? Not just courage, not just hope. The very spirit that raised Jesus Christ from the dead. That same spirit, resurrection power itself, now dwells in you. Not to condemn you, not to weigh you down, but to awaken you. To remind you who you truly are. You were never meant to walk through this life relying only on your own strength. My spirit was placed in you to sustain you, to speak to you, to lift you when you feel crushed. You are not walking this life alone. You are walking with heaven inside of you. You carry resurrection power, power that speaks to dry bones and makes them dance. Power that shatters chains and breaks strongholds. Power that lifts the heavy-hearted and restores the broken. This is not poetic language. This is truth. My Son's Spirit did not come to merely comfort you. It came to empower you, to convict and to clarify, to guide you with boldness and wisdom. The world wants you to believe you're alone. But I remind you, my presence is alive in you. Every step you take is accompanied by eternity. Jesus was not spared from hardship. He was not protected from betrayal or pain. He was not saved from the cross, but he was strengthened to endure it. He was able to say, "Not my will, but yours be done," because he trusted me even in agony. And that same power that helped him speak peace to the storm, forgive his enemies, and walk willingly to the cross, that power lives in you. That power is not a theory. It is active. It rises within you when you pray. It stirs in you when you worship. It strengthens you when you feel like you cannot take one more step. When you're weary, it is Jesus who gives you rest. When you're lost, it is his light that finds you. When you're overwhelmed, it is His peace that steadies you. The Spirit in you is not silent. It whispers comfort in the chaos. It reminds you who you are when the world tries to name you by your pain. You carry more than emotion. You carry me. You're not just surviving. You are being shaped. Every struggle is sculpting something sacred in you. Maturity doesn't happen in ease. It's carved by trial. Growth is born in the waiting rooms of life. You are being refined. You are being made new through resistance. My son endured the worst humanity could offer: betrayal, hatred, injustice, and still forgave, still loved, still healed, still rose. That same resilience is in your spiritual DNA. You were made for this, not to be crushed by pain, but to rise through it. You don't need to feel powerful to be powerful. Even when you feel small, the Spirit within you is not. Even when your mind is clouded, the Spirit sees clearly. I didn't place my Spirit in you for temporary strength. I gave it to you as an eternal companion, an advocate, a guide, a defender, a friend. So do not shrink when life is hard. Do not lower your head when darkness surrounds you. Rise in the identity I gave you. Rise in the truth of who you are. You are not your mistakes. You are not your past. You are not your worst day. You are not your failures. You are not your fear. You are my child, my beloved, my chosen, and my Spirit lives in you. This isn't just motivation. It is a call to remember what already belongs to you. My power, my peace, my authority, they are yours. Walk as one who knows you are filled with the presence of the living God. When you feel powerless, speak this truth aloud. The Spirit of God lives in me. Say it out loud until your doubt has no room to speak. Say it when you wake up. Say it when you lie down. Repeat it, breathe it, believe it. Because that Spirit changes everything. It silences fear. It strengthens the weak. It gives you wisdom that exceeds your years. When the world calls you lost, my Spirit calls you found. When shame says you're broken, my Spirit says you're healed. Remind yourself, you are never alone, never powerless, never abandoned. Because my Spirit is not just near you, it is in you. Chapter 4. Trials are not punishment, they are preparation. You ask, why me? But I ask, why not you? You wonder why the pain came, why the loss happened, why the season has been so long and so hard. You whisper prayers through clenched teeth, hoping I'll answer with relief. But I need you to hear me. I am not punishing you, I am preparing you. I am showing you what I'm building in you. You think the hardship is a detour, but I see it as the forge. I do not waste suffering. I never have. Every season of struggle is building a strength that comfort never could. Your tears are not overlooked. They are watering the soil of your character. Your prayers, though weary, are planting roots that will hold you when the wind blows harder. I know you want answers, but I'm giving you something better. Endurance, resilience, and the kind of faith that won't collapse when the storms return. You may not see it now, but I'm forming you into someone who can carry more than you ever thought possible. David didn't become a king overnight. He was not handed the crown in comfort. He was chased through caves, hunted by Saul, betrayed by those he trusted. He was rejected, overlooked, and forced into isolation. But every cave he hid in became a classroom. Every enemy he faced became a mirror of the courage I had given him. When he thought he was being punished, I was preparing him. When he thought he was forgotten, I was fortifying him. I was teaching him how to rely on me before I let him lead others. I was preparing him to carry the crown, and I'm doing the same in you. Don't despise the cave. Don't curse the quiet seasons where no one sees you. That's where I do my most holy work. You don't realize it, but I'm training you. Every moment of silence is building your ability to listen. Every unanswered prayer is drawing your heart closer to mine. I'm teaching you how to endure, how to fight in faith, not flesh, how to pray when there's no answer yet, how to trust when the outcome is unknown, how to keep showing up when no one claps, when no one understands, when no one notices, but I notice. You want promotion, but I am giving you preparation. I am refining your motives, purifying your desires, and stretching your capacity. You want answers, but I am building endurance, teaching you to keep walking even when clarity hasn't yet come. You want comfort, but I am forming character that remains kind when misunderstood, faithful when forgotten, and steady when everything around you shakes. I love you too much to let you remain unshaped. I am more concerned with who you're becoming than how fast you're arriving. What you call delay, I call development. What you see as a dead end, I see as deepening. What you interpret as abandonment is actually alignment of your heart to mine. What you experience as silence is really the sound of me strengthening your foundation so it can hold the weight of what's next without crumbling. You ask for growth, but growth comes through resistance, not retreat. Just as muscles are built under tension, your spirit grows under trial. It is in the pressing that the oil is produced. It is in the fire that the gold is refined. It is in the isolation that revelation comes. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Every discomfort is chiseling you into someone who can carry divine purpose with grace. I am not hurting you. I am honing you. I am cutting away what no longer serves your destiny. I am chiseling away everything that would crack under pressure, everything that would cause collapse under future blessings, because I am building something eternal in you, something sacred, something strong. You are not being buried. You are being planted. The darkness is not your end. It is your beginning. The soil may feel cold and unseen, but roots are forming. And in time, you will rise, not in your own strength, but in the strength I've placed deep within you. The kind of strength that doesn't break under criticism, that doesn't fold under pressure, that doesn't walk away when things get hard. This strength is not shallow. It is soul deep. It is shaped in the waiting. It is formed in the unknown. It is tested by trial and proven in perseverance. So trust the process, even when it feels like progress is invisible, even when every step feels like stillness and every prayer feels unanswered. Trust me when the silence stretches beyond what your patience can hold. That silence is not my absence. It's the sound of me laying down foundations so deep, the enemy can't uproot what I'm building. The stillness is not a punishment. It's an invitation to come closer to me, to depend not on signs, but on my character. I am not ignoring you. I am investing in you. I am planting wisdom where there used to be fear. I am stitching strength into the places where you once collapsed. I am not standing back watching you struggle. I am kneeling beside you in the dust, shaping something holy out of the heaviness. I am not done with you. My hands are still on your life, crafting what you cannot yet see. I am deepening you, not so you become someone different, but so you finally see who I've made you to be all along. I am enlarging your heart so it can hold more compassion, more joy, more grace. I am expanding your capacity to love, to serve, to lead, to endure. I am renewing your mind to see through my eyes and not through the lens of pain. I am softening what grew hard through disappointment and betrayal, and I am strengthening what grew weary through years of spiritual fatigue. I am rebuilding what you thought was lost forever. I am redeeming what you thought was wasted. Nothing is lost in my hands. And when the time is right, when you are ready to carry what you once prayed for with humility, strength, and discernment, I will open doors no man can shut. Doors you never saw coming. Opportunities you didn't chase. Miracles you didn't manufacture. Not because you forced your way in, not because you had all the answers, but because you waited well. Because you trusted me in the unseen hours. Because you let me be enough in the silence. And that kind of trust moves mountains in heaven. Instead of praying only for escape, start praying for endurance. Ask me not just to take the storm away, but to teach you how to walk through it with strength and grace. Ask for eyes to see what I'm doing in the dark. Ask for faith that outlasts the season. Write down the lessons I'm teaching you. Speak them over yourself. Declare, this is not punishment, this is preparation. My God is making me strong. Let that truth become your anchor. You are not stuck. You are being strengthened. And when you come out of this season, you will not be the same. You will be stronger, wiser, and ready. Chapter 5. You have heaven's endurance in you. There are moments when you feel like quitting. I know. There are times when the weight seems too much to carry, when your soul feels worn down from the unrelenting pace of life, when even simple tasks feel like mountains. You look around and wonder if anyone sees how hard it is just to keep going. But I see. I see every moment you choose to continue, every moment you decide to stay faithful, even when your feelings are fading. And you've lasted this long not because of chance, but because I have been sustaining you. My hand has been steadying your every step, even when you didn't feel it. You have the endurance of eternity inside you, not because of who you are, but because of who I am in you. There is a power within you that was placed there by heaven itself. The kind of power that doesn't boast loudly but stands quietly in the storm. The kind of endurance that doesn't crumble when tested, but grows stronger in the fire. Hebrews says, "Let us run with endurance the race set before us, fixing our eyes on Jesus." That is your map. That is your compass. Not to run the fastest, not to never stumble, but to keep your eyes on the one who endured it all for you. To look to him not only as your example, but as your strength. Because Jesus did not run an easy race. He ran a faithful one. And that is what I call you to. Endurance is not about strength you can always feel. It's not about loud victories or dramatic breakthroughs. It's not about constant motivation or high energy. It's about a decision you make again and again to keep moving forward in faith, even when it hurts, even when it's slow, even when you feel like you're walking through fog with no sign of when it will lift, even when progress feels invisible, even when you feel unseen, overlooked, misunderstood, even when no one claps, when no one sees, when you feel forgotten, even when your heart aches and your prayers feel dry. Every step in the shadows is still a step toward glory. Every moment you resist giving up, even in the silence, is a moment of victory in my eyes. You are growing in places the world cannot see. You are winning battles that no one else knows exist. That quiet, unseen persistence, it's holy ground. You are not racing to impress the world. You are not measured by applause, attention, or approval. You are running toward me. You are running toward the finish line I have marked with purpose and promise. A finish line that doesn't reward the fastest, but the faithful. And every step you take, I see it. I count it. I honor it. Every tear, every ache, every breath you take in obedience, it matters to me. Nothing is wasted. Not the exhaustion, not the confusion, not the long nights where your soul wrestles in silence. It all becomes the testimony of one who refused to quit. The race is not finished yet. There's still ground to cover, still battles to fight, still grace to grow into, still mountains to climb with me at your side. There are still lessons to learn, still victories to walk into, still people who need the light that only you can carry. There's still more for you, more joy that you haven't felt yet, more healing that hasn't fully revealed itself, more peace that will steady you in ways you didn't think were possible. There's still more revelation waiting to unfold, truths about me and about you that will change the way you walk, the way you breathe, the way you love. You are not at the end. You are in the middle of a holy becoming, a sacred transformation that often looks like struggle, but is really strength being born. And oh, how proud I am that you are still running. You may not feel strong, but your persistence is proof of your power. You may feel like you're crawling, but I call it courage. You may feel unseen, but I have never taken my eyes off you. Your faith is not failing. It's deepening into a well that will refresh others. Your hope is not lost. It's being purified into something unshakable. Your steps may be trembling, but they are still forward. And forward is enough. Every day that you choose me again is a victory. Every moment you turn your heart back toward me is a triumph over darkness. Keep running, my child. I am with you every step. When your legs grow tired, I will carry you. When your heart feels weak, I will strengthen you. When your mind is loud with fear, I will whisper peace. You are not alone in this race. You are surrounded by angels, uplifted by grace, and empowered by the Spirit I placed within you. Write this somewhere you can see it. I will keep going. God is with me. Say it out loud on the days you feel like giving up. Speak it until your doubt breaks. Declare it until your heart believes. Let it anchor you in the truth that you are stronger than you know. And never forget, this strength you carry is not just for you. It is a light to others, a testimony of my faithfulness, and a reminder to the world that I am still raising up warriors who don't quit. Chapter 6. You were chosen for this battle. You wonder why the battle is yours to fight, why your path feels harder than others, why your burdens feel heavier and your nights feel longer. But hear me. You were chosen for this, not because you are the strongest by the world's measure, but because I knew your heart. I knew you would lean on me when the weight grew too heavy. I trusted you with this hardship, because I knew it would not drive you away from me, but deeper into me. The very struggle that makes you feel inadequate is the soil in which I am growing unshakable faith. What others see as breaking, I see as birthing. Birthing purpose, birthing authority, birthing a testimony that cannot be shaken by wind or fire. I have always used those the world overlooks. I chose Moses, though he doubted his speech. I chose Gideon, though he questioned his own courage and asked for signs. I chose David, though he was just a shepherd boy, forgotten by his family. I chose Mary, though she was young and unknown. I choose not the loudest, not the proudest, but the willing, the humble, the surrendered, the ones who don't rely on their own power, but on mine, and that includes you. You were not a mistake. You were not an afterthought. You were chosen, appointed, anointed. And what I appoint, I equip. What I anoint, I protect. You are not here by coincidence. You are on assignment. The battle you face is not evidence that I have forgotten you. It is proof that I have trusted you with territory worth fighting for. Some territory is physical, some is emotional, some is generational. Every battle is not just about your growth. It's for the generations after you. It's for the healing of wounds you didn't cause. It's for the deliverance of others still in chains. What you overcome now becomes the blueprint for someone else's breakthrough. When you fight, you're not only protecting your calling, you're clearing a path for others to walk in freedom. You are tearing down strongholds. You are planting seeds of hope in soil that was once barren. You are making crooked paths straight. So don't curse the weight. Carry it knowing I am with you in every step. Don't despise the fight. Face it knowing the victory is already mine. And because it's mine, it is also yours. You are not losing ground. You are gaining resilience. You are gaining vision. You are gaining spiritual muscle. You are gaining clarity of purpose. And you are gaining authority in the spiritual realm every time you say yes to me in the fire. Every time you choose to believe when it's easier to walk away. Every time you kneel instead of complain. Every time you lift your hands in surrender. You are winning. When the battle feels too big, remember, I chose you for this. I equipped you for this. You were born for this. Speak these words aloud. This is hard, but I am chosen. God is with me in this. Let that truth reframe your view of the fight. You're not alone. You're not unequipped. You're not failing. You are handpicked for a holy purpose, and heaven is backing you with every step you take. Chapter 7. I am your peace in the storm. Storms come without warning. One moment all seems calm, and the next, everything feels out of control. The waves rise, the wind howls, and you can't see the shore anymore. You panic, wondering where I am. You pray, wondering if I'm listening. And I want you to know this. I have never left your boat. I don't promise a life without storms, but I promise my presence in every one of them. My son slept during the storm not because he didn't care, but because he knew the storm could not sink a boat that held his purpose. And the same is true for you. You fear the winds will break you, that the waves will drown you, but they won't, because I am here. I am the one who commands the sea and still walks on water. I am not afraid of your storm, and I'm not absent from it. Peace does not mean the absence of struggle. It means the presence of me in the middle of it. My peace is not fragile. It is not dependent on outcomes. It doesn't come and go with your feelings. My peace remains. It's the anchor when everything else shakes. It's the whisper when your thoughts scream. It's the calm that makes no sense to the world, but makes perfect sense to your spirit. I am teaching you to trust me, not just when the skies are clear, but when the darkness is real and the wind won't stop. I am growing your faith, not in comfort, but in chaos. Because it's in the middle of the storm that you will finally see just how steady I am. When you've reached the end of your strength, mine begins. When your hands are empty, I fill them. When your voice trembles with fear, my spirit will remind you. Peace, be still. The storm is not your enemy. It is your training ground. I am not punishing you. I am preparing you. And this peace I give you is not of this world. It's the kind that guards your heart and mind. The kind that stays when answers don't come. The kind that wraps around you when you don't have words left to pray. When the winds rise and your mind races, stop and speak this. God is in my boat. I will not sink. Let it interrupt the panic. Let it remind you that peace isn't something you earn, it's something you receive. Let it become your rhythm in the rain. I am your peace, and I am always right here. Chapter 8. You are becoming what I spoke over you. Before you saw progress, I spoke purpose over you. Before you made any change, I declared transformation over your life. My word never returns void. It always accomplishes what I send it to do. And I sent my word over you before the foundations of the earth were laid. You are not trying to become someone new. You are awakening to who you already are in me. Every day you walk with me, you are stepping closer to the person I designed you to be. Not perfect, but whole. Not always strong, but faithful. Not fearless, but rooted. My spirit is shaping you slowly, deeply, intentionally. The world may look at your current state and try to define you by your mistakes, your past, your weakness. But I see completion. I see through the lens of eternity. I see the finished masterpiece while you are still in the mess. And I'm not rushing your process, so don't rush it either. Transformation is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like choosing silence over rage. Sometimes it's choosing forgiveness instead of revenge. Sometimes it's showing up one more day when quitting feels easier. That is becoming. That is growth. That is my word being fulfilled in your life. You want to know if you're changing? Look at what no longer holds power over you. Look at how your heart softens where it once hardened. Look at the quiet peace that now rests where anxiety used to live. That's me. That's my spirit working in you, shaping you into everything I spoke over you in love. Instead of asking, have I arrived? Ask, am I becoming? Celebrate progress, not perfection. Each step of growth, seen or unseen, is sacred. Write this somewhere close. God is completing what He started in me. That is your truth. That is your testimony. Chapter 9. You have heaven's endurance. There is a strength in you that you've only begun to understand. A strength not taught by this world, but inherited from the kingdom. It is the endurance of the saints, the unshakable resolve of those who have walked through fire and still sing. Heaven's endurance isn't loud, it's steadfast. It's the quiet refusal to quit, even when progress is invisible and comfort is absent. That endurance is in you because I placed it there. You wonder how you're still standing. It's because I've been holding you up. You question why the flame hasn't burned you out. It's because I've been the shield around your spirit. My strength is what carries you when your own strength runs out. When your prayers are short and your heart feels heavy, I am still sustaining you. You have the kind of endurance that angels marvel at, not because of what you've done, but because of how you continue to trust me. You don't need constant motivation to be powerful. Endurance is about showing up even when inspiration is gone. It's worshiping when you feel empty. It's staying faithful when no one's clapping. It's walking forward when fear begs you to freeze. You are building spiritual muscle every time you do hard things in my name. Don't measure your progress by ease. Measure it by consistency. Your small steps are mighty when they are obedient. Your silent prayers shake foundations when they are soaked in faith. Keep walking, even when it feels like you're not moving fast enough. I see every step. I count every tear. You are enduring more than you know, and it is beautiful to me. Say this out loud when you feel tired. I have heaven's endurance in me. Let it remind you that your pace doesn't define your strength. Your persistence does. I am with you, strengthening every step. Chapter 10. You are stronger than you know. Now look back. Look at the miles you've walked. Look at the nights you didn't think you'd survive, and yet you did. Look at the pain you turned into prayer, the fear you turned into faith, the silence you turned into trust. You have come farther than you realize. You are not the same person who first cried out to me. You have been transformed. You are stronger than you know, not because of anything the world gave you, but because of what I placed within you. My spirit has guided you. My grace has lifted you. My love has healed you. You have stood in places where others crumbled. You have chosen me when it cost you. You have become someone who walks in power, not pride. In love, not fear. In truth, not performance. Strength is not a feeling. It is a foundation. And your foundation is solid because it is built on me. The enemy tried to shake it. Life tried to bury it. But you stood. And when you couldn't stand, you knelt. And I held you. That is strength. That is victory. That is who you are now. Let no one tell you otherwise. Let no voice, internal or external, steal what you now know to be true. You were created with purpose for such a time as this. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. And what I start, I finish. Write this on your heart. God made me strong. Say it in the mirror. Say it when you rise. Say it when doubt comes knocking. Let this be the final word etched into your spirit. You are stronger than you know, because I, your God, live in you.